Well, I just got back from a nice trip. Haven't done a video about my gear in a long time. This is everything that I took with me on that trip. Let's go over it. I haven't done one of these videos in a long time. I think the last one was actually a winter loadout that was back when I first started backpacking. Over the years, my packs kind of changed. I've been trying to figure things out, and I never really felt like I was dialed into where I felt comfortable doing a video like this. But I can say I feel comfortable with this loadout. I feel like it's a good lightweight loadout. It's 16 pounds. It's not ultralight. It's definitely not heavy, and it works for me. It works all the way down to about 30 degrees, maybe even a little colder if it does get colder. In the summertime, it'll lighten up. If it was really cold, it probably would have gotten a little bit heavier, but not much. So, yeah, let's get right into it. All right, so let's start off real quick with what I wear on my person. If it's summer or early fall, sometimes if the temps are going to be pushing 70 or above, I'm going to be wearing most likely my Patagonia 9-tail shorts. These shorts have a liner. They're really nice because they also have zippers for pockets, which I really appreciate. It has a back pocket, which very rarely do I ever use, but it's there. And I love them. Now, if it's going to be like this last trip, one of my favorite pair of pants is going to be these seat-in pants. I don't remember the exact name of them, but there will be a review on these at some point because I don't see a lot of reviews out on YouTube on these yet. And I've been wearing them for about a year or two now, and I love them. I do wear these compression calf sock things. And that's just my personal preference. I like to wear them. They help with just keeping some of the inflammation, keeping the blood flowing, and all that. So it's nice. And then I have my socks. I wear these every day around the house, but they're perfect for hiking. They are darn tough. I think they're full cushion ankle socks. I do wear liner socks. These are REI. These are wool socks as well, because I tried them without the wool, and the polyester or whatever I had before stunk so bad, I had to go back to the wool. These did not stink. This is, you'll see a common thread here with the wool, but these are icebreaker wool underwear, and they are very comfortable, and I like them. And then I top it off with smart wool short sleeve shirt. And this is not 100% wool. This is, I think it's like 65, 35 or something like that. Or 80, 20. I can't remember the exact, but the wool is enough to keep it from stinking, but it's also sporty enough that I actually prefer this shirt. It's a really nice shirt. And then finally, I've got my trekking poles. These are the Black Diamond carbon cork trekking poles. These are actually women's. I got them on sale for, I think I paid like $80 or less. I mean, it was super cheap, and these were at the time, I think, almost $180, $190 for the guys, and the girls as well. But these just happen to be one of those special sales at REI for just trying to unload them. So I bought them, and girl trekking poles or not, they've been great, no problem. And then last but not least, these are my Topo Mountain Racer 2s that I prefer to hike in. Nice hiking trail shoes. I've got a video talking about these, so you can go and check that out if you want. But yeah, haven't had any problems with them so far. All right, so here it is, the pack. I'm just going to kind of go over and dissect it as if I was unpacking it. So pretty simple. First thing is, right off the top, I got this strap here. I undo that, sit pad. Pretty much everybody has one of these Z seats. They're pretty standard, so yep. Now under here you'll see my Crocs. All the AA crew has a pair of these pretty much, and yeah, we love them. So how I have this on here is there's actually a little piece of cordage that goes around the outside to hold everything. Some people put socks in there or whatever they're trying to air out, underwear, I don't know. But what I do is I use this little hook. I undo the hook, these slide out, and there you go. And I can do the same thing for putting them back on there. Pretty simple and effective. And then obviously if I'm going to use it for something else, or when I'm done, they go like that. So no problem. Now let's flip this around to the front, and what you'll see is I have this pouch right here is for any water bottle. It's got a little cord here so it can cinch up or whatever you got to do, but it's good for a 1 liter smart water bottle, and it's also good for one of these. This is from Hydro Pack, and the reason why I kind of went to this system is mainly because I wanted to be able to drink without having to stop and take the smart water bottle out. So I found myself just not wanting to stop on trail. I'm just kind of walking through, and it's good. I can just bite on that, get some water, and keep going. I don't have to stop. So I really like that. The advantage too is it does have how much water's in there, so you can use it for your meals if you need to know how much water you need. And then additionally, instead of having it on your pack where a lot of people like to carry their reservoirs, this allows me to look down and I can tell when this gets empty. It will shrink up, and then I know I need to get more water. Whereas if you have it on the back and it's a reservoir, it can get warm from sitting on your back, and then two, you don't know really how much water you got. So really like that system. Then I put my smartphone in here on this pouch. What's nice is the zipper is a waterproof zipper. Is this 100% waterproof? I'd probably say not, but it is pretty waterproof. And when it's raining out there, it's nice to know my phone's in here not getting soaked. My phone can actually take some water, and it's totally fine. I've had it in plenty of rainstorms. In fact, I film with it when it's raining out. Totally fine. But I wouldn't want it to get soaked, and I like that this is waterproof, and it's got a nice easy zipper, and my phone fits in there pretty good. It's this pouch barely fits my phone, and if you have an OtterBox or any of those big nice burly cases, it actually does not fit in here really at all. So keep that in mind. You'll want to know how yours fits. I also have my Garmin InReach. These are pretty standard. It's the mini. I have my phone for filming and for many other things, so I don't really need anything else. The mini is great. Then I have this little microfiber towel. I use this for my sweat rag, basically, especially in the summertime when I really need it. But that's a pretty nice addition. Pretty much just stays on there all the time. This trip I really didn't have to use it. It wasn't hot at all. Let's see here, pouches. So in this pouch, oh, I actually left some things in here. So these added to my pack weight. But anyway, I usually keep some stickers in case I meet somebody on trail and want to hand them out. Definitely came in handy on this last trip because I met some awesome people. And then I usually take whatever I'm going to use for snacks or breakfast/lunch. So if I am smart with my food, I can fit whatever I'm going to eat during the day right here in this pouch, and I can just pick out almost like that's my lunch bag. These pouches are pretty big, so I really like that. All right, this side pouch, I keep my tarp. I like my tarp in the pouch, easily accessible. It's not getting anything else wet when it's rain, because really when you're backpacking, rain is the #1 thing. I'm constantly having my gear choices based around that. If it's going to be raining, I want to be able to get to camp, set my pack down, grab my tarp out, and get right to work with it. So this comes right out. Has my straps in there for my hammock, because these will most likely be wet as well if it rains. And then inside, obviously, is my tarp. And that's all that's in there. But then also in this pouch, I have my stakes for my tarp. I usually carry, at least 4, but I like to have a 5th one for my hammock. Has like a little pull out. And that, so here's my 4 that I almost use for everything to set that up. Then I have this. This is just a real lightweight one that goes for my hammock. It's got a little pull out to kind of pull the bug netting away, which is really nice. Weighs almost nothing. And then I keep a spare just in case. And I have had to use this before. All right, this side pouch here. Usually I keep a little bit tighter. But first thing is sometimes I'll throw a meal bar in there. Again, I forgot to take this out too. But that meal bar, usually if I eat my breakfast in the morning for something like this, I'll take half of it, eat it at camp, and then this fits in perfect into my pouch. So I don't always put that there. I think it was, the last day I just didn't eat at camp, so I just threw it right there. Easy access. And then I have, water filtration. I've tried everything, and I can tell you, I got to do a video on these, but I've tried all different types of filters. I've tried different bags, and I've got quite the experience on these, but I will do a review video or a whatever video on this system and the other systems that I've used. But this one works out good. I had this on the last one, and it's just a filter, and then it just screws right into here, into my bag. And this is also a hydro pack, just like my my water bottle. It also has increments right there, so if I need to, I can use it to figure out my measurements for my meals as well. Cook kit. I've got a whole video on my cook kit, so I won't go into details, but it is an alcohol stove and this little kit right here. That's it. That's all it consists of. And I had some more garbage in there. All right, front of the pack. So typically, I used to pack this thing kind of full with a bunch of different things, and I've dialed it down quite a bit. But what I do is I actually have this fanny pack, and I do not wear this fanny pack except for at camp. What I found was I'd have my setup over, yonder, away from camp, usually away from other people, where I've set up my hammock to sleep. But then I'm hanging out, usually at a lean-to in the Adirondacks. I'm hanging out at a lean-to. That's where everybody's at. That's where everybody's having a fire and hanging out. And what would happen is I'd always forget my headlamp or, different things that I'm looking around for. And all of a sudden it gets dark and I'm like, oh, I got to go grab that stuff. Also, it's nice because I can carry things like my pills in here, so I will hopefully remember to take them, which almost never do. But hopefully I'll remember to take them. I have things in here like some lip balm and some Leuco tape around that lip balm, and this stuff has definitely saved me more than once. I carry an additional lighter for emergencies and or if the other one fails. I have a just a little Swiss Army knife here. It's got scissors and some other things. It's pretty basic, but it's nice. And then my poop kit. So I carry that stuff in there, and what's nice is on trail, because this bag is waterproof and it's got a nice waterproof zipper, I trust it. I can carry what I need to go to the bathroom if it hits mid-hike or something like that. And let's say it's raining or nasty out or whatever, I still have everything watertight in here, which is awesome. I throw this on, jet for the woods, do what I got to do, and come back, and I'm free and clear. Yeah. Additionally, while it's sitting back there, it's also waterproof, so I like that. This is new. This is a luxury item that I brought mainly because this is nice to hang in the lean-to. If you can't have a fire, pop this up, and now you're hanging out in the lean-to together. All right. This is my rain jacket. This is an outdoor helium-2 jacket. Very lightweight. I have mediocre opinions on it. If I think that it's going to rain a lot or even a medium amount, I will switch this out for another rain jacket that's a little bit heavier duty. But for trips like this last one where it's warm out, well, relatively warm out, and all I needed to use it for was like a little jacket in the morning when it was cold enough that I really needed something to keep me warm for the first, maybe 2-3 hours on trail, if that. But once I warmed up, this came off and I just slammed it right back in my pack. And then I have rain pants. Now, in the summertime, typically I will wear shorts, and these will be my pants for at camp if it gets cold. So that's it. That's all that I carry in there. So let's open this thing up and let's see what we can grab out of here. All right, now when you pack your pack, you want to figure out a way to have the heaviest stuff up against your back, up against your kind of between your shoulder blades. If you can keep the heavy stuff right there, you'll have a lot easier time carrying your load. So what I do is I have a 3-tier system. My system starts off at the bottom is going to be my down, all of my hammock stuff and everything like that. I'll show you that in a minute. Then after that, I like to put my food bag. I put my food bag there because it's usually somewhere in the middle of my spine and closest to my body, and that kind of helps regulate how how heavy it is, because that's where I carry my weight. I usually pack heavy with the food, which is largely why I don't even bother trying to go ultralight, because it wouldn't matter. You put one more Snicker bar in there and all those weight savings and money that you spend on your gear, it doesn't matter. So yeah, that's that. And then I put this bag on the top. So this bag usually sits somewhere right about here, and it's relatively heavy, but it's not super heavy. So it's light, heaviest, middle ground heavy kind of thing. So these bags, by the way, I bought with my pack, and they're actually kind of oval shaped, so they fit my pack a lot better. I really like that feature. They were kind of designed that way. So let's see what we got in here. This is basically my clothes bag and some miscellaneous things. Every time I go out, I bring some sort of puffy because it wasn't getting down below freezing. But it was definitely getting down close to freezing. I brought a full puffy. This happens to be the REI Magma 850. Trust me, if you're just getting into backpacking, pick this jacket up. You can get it on sale at REI when they do some big event. I forget the name of it. Usually around Black Friday. You can pick it up for like $150 or something. It's or maybe even less. I really like this jacket for the price point, for sure. This stuff will be different depending on the time of year, but I always bring some sort of extra camp clothes. For this trip, I brought all of my Smart Wool 250 gram weight, so that's their heavier weight stuff, because again, it got down to like 37 degrees. And I wanted to be nice and warm. So I have the, where it goes up to your calf or whatever, 3/4 length, 250, and then a 250 long sleeve shirt. Those are good. So typically I will change those out if it's summertime. I will switch it out for the lightest weight, basically stuff I can. But once it starts pushing down below 40 degrees, that's when I'm kind of looking to get a little bit heavier weight, only because I want to hang out at camp longer. If I'm not planning on hanging out at camp, then I'll be nice and cozy in my sleeping bag anyway. These are my socks. These are darn tough. These are like their mountaineering super warm socks. I don't know why. I just love these. These are, I almost only ever wear when I go camping. And these are my sleep socks and camp socks. I love them. So they almost go with me even when it's hot out. This goes in my, this just lives in my pack. It's a rock down beanie. It's a down beanie, obviously. But it's black. I like it because I can put it over my eyes when I sleep, and that helps to block out the moon and the sun in the morning if I'm trying to sleep in. So that's nice. And then it's just warm enough because I don't have a hood or anything like that on my sleeping bag or quilt system. So with this other jacket, it's got a hood. Great. But when I go summertime, I just bring a down vest, or I may not even bring it down anything. And then this I will wear basically just to put over my eyes. So, catch-all bag. This is meant for the Sawyer squeezes. I love the bag for just kind of a catch-all. Keep all my stuff in one spot. Typically fire starter, I do bring these. Some people bring cotton balls or whatever. These I happen to have around, so I always try to have some sort of fire starter. Make things easier on me when I'm backpacking. This is my kit. It's got aqua tabs. It's got quick clot. It's got some stuff in case run in, get a bee sting and blow up or whatever. You know, just the different things that you're gonna need just for emergencies. And then you should always have a bug net that just lives in there. You never know. I usually have this. Sometimes I put this in my food bag. Sometimes I don't. I put some balm in there. Love this stuff. This is great, especially if it's wet trail and your feet get soaked at the end of the day. Put this on there and it kind of helps because your foot has moisture pulled out when you're walking in soggy wetness. This I typically don't have in there. This is extra tape. I have it on my trekking pole, if you noticed that earlier, but I put this in here because this was the same kind of gear loadout that I was bringing with me when I was canoe camping, and I didn't have my trekking poles for that. So, and I don't want to put them on my paddle, so I have them just a roll in here. That will not normally be in there. And then I keep this here in case I get a nasty hole in one of my some gear that I need. It's got something for my tarp, something for my rain gear, you know, whatever. And I'll use that instead of the duct tape because this is actually meant for those repairs. I keep an extra set of line. It's very light. This is from my old days of just doing the Sawyer squeeze setup. My Sawyer squeeze setup, I use smart water bottles. And I always worried that I was going to break a cap and then not be able to have my water stay there. So I keep 2 spare caps. Of course, got to have this. I bring a map and a compass for almost every trip. Sometimes I have forgotten, which has been a bummer. And then this is my billows. This is to help get the fire going. I can blow in there and get the fire going. And trust me, this is worth the wait. I can't tell you how many people are like, oh, wow, that's great. I'm so glad you brought that. Because the fire wasn't starting too easy. So, all right, this is in here, but it's not supposed to be. I think the last day I just kind of started chucking things away. But this is my new light. So this is my new headlight. And I don't have a lot of miles on it, a lot of use on it yet, but I'm pretty happy with it. I'm not going to go into all the details, but this does not go in here. or in this bag. It actually goes right in here. So that way when I'm at camp, I've got it on me. I have my hang time hook. Sometimes I throw this in here. Sometimes I throw it on the outside of my pack. I don't know. I've been throwing it in here. It's just been easier. And then last but not least is power source. So I like this guy right here. It's pretty good. It's got 2 outputs, an input. It's pretty basic. A lot of times I will switch this out for my lighter version, especially if I'm only going for 2 days. I have another one that's a lot lighter, and it's made out of titanium, so that will shave off, I think, almost half a pound, to be honest. These things can be pretty heavy, these bricks. Alright, what else we got in here? This is the food bag. This is the food bag that I actually bought with my my pack. And same thing goes with those Cuban fiber dry bags. Same thing. They all kind of came together and they fit real well in the pack. So I got them all together. Plus I figured I'd get Cuban fiber, try it all out. But yeah, so I don't always take this one. Sometimes I take my other one. This one is if other people are going to be hanging their food, then I bring something to hang food, because we might as well just work together to get a good line up, and then we can put all of our food up there. So if they're going to hang, I might as well hang with them. But what I like about this is the inside is pretty light, so you can see. And what it does is it's nice and tall, and it's perfect for those backpacking meals. You can just slide them in like this, and you can see everything you need. My bear bag that I use with the Kevlar, awesome setup, nice and easy. You tie it to a tree, you don't have to hang it. However, I got to pretty much pull everything out to find something in there. What I do is I got this little reflective thing that I made. I put some duct tape on the bottom, by the way. Pro tip, this other style tape wears away real fast, so just put some duct tape at the bottom, and that helps keep that. Put my Toke spoon in a little bag here. I don't use the thing that it comes with anymore. It just always gets grimy and nasty, so I pretty much just pop this in here like that. There we go. Toothbrush, toothpaste, and then this wad of a mess that always ends up being a problem later, but carabiner, and you know what to do. You throw this up over a tree, and there you go, you're hanging. And then that's it. So that's the food bag. All right, let's grab this last one out. Okay, last bag. I double bag my sleep system for this setup. I do not carry a cover for my pack. So it is Cuban fiber, and it's mostly waterproof, but there are seams, and it's not seam sealed. I don't want to go through and seam seal the whole thing. I don't think I'd trust it anyway, so it's not going to do me any good. But what I do is I always double bag this stuff. It just makes me feel safe with it. It really doesn't weigh any different. But I have this one that, again, I bought with the bag. And then this is actually something new, this new piece of kit. It is the Anaconda. Dutch sells it. I forget who actually makes it. But yeah, I'll do a review on this at some point. This thing's great. You get to the tree, you set up your stuff. Let's say it's raining or whatever. You get your tarp, you get your things all tied, and then grab this out. And you can grab this, put that around the tree, undo these, and you just pull your whole hammock out, and you are set up. And I mean, it's 10 seconds. I mean, it just comes right out, and you're good. And then you're just dialing in to get a good hang. So really, really like that. I have my my hammock in there, and then 30-degree top quilt and under quilt, and then I have my pillow in there as well. And basically just roll that thing out, and it's all set. The 30-degree setup is the premium line from Hammock Gear, and my hammock currently in there right now is the Dutch Weir Chameleon, with just the traditional bug net and symmetrical lay, so I can go either side. And it does have a sidecar and a pull out for it. So that's what I'm rolling with for that trip. But again, this varies from trip to trip. All right, and I would be remiss if I did not at least talk about this bag. I have to do a review video of this bag because I love this bag. It is by Superior Wilderness Designs, SWD. And I got it, I think 2 years ago, I think 2 years ago. Got a pretty good deal on it. They're a company, I think they're out of Maine. I don't remember exactly, but I got to do a review video of this thing. But it's all Cuban fiber. It does have some stays in it, so it does give me some support. And with this hip belt, it's a floating style hip belt. I think I like the hip belt like that, and it's been good. I think if you were really packing on weight, though, in this bag, you would have a problem. I would say this bag for me is comfortable up to about 35 pounds. Alright guys, thanks for sticking around for the whole video. I hope I talked fast enough, kept your attention fast enough. I know these videos kind of go a little long, but I enjoy watching them. I don't know, something about seeing what somebody else has for a gear loadout always is fun to me. So that was my gear loadout for this adventure. Again, certain things will change depending on the year, time of year. Will I maybe change out some of my warmer clothes for slightly less warm clothes, or maybe not bring a full puffy jacket. I might just bring the vest, my rain gear that could get changed out. It depends, but this is pretty much stock and standard, and my base weight might go down a pound. It might go up really not much more than this, though. This is about as heavy as it gets. I have maybe a half a pound to go up if I brought in some more winter gear. So yeah, thanks for sticking around. I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.